So I'm gonna do my best to give you my mom's whole life story in one take without messing up and not making it an hour, condensing it into like 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and how we even got here in the first place to my mom's art. So my mom was born in former Yugoslavia, and it was a communist country, Eastern Europe, and she was an artist since a little kid, and she was a really really decorated artist where she comes from. She has her art in museums. She won almost every award in her academy. In fact, every year when someone would graduate from the academy, because it was a communist country, they would pick one artist to be the like kind of state sponsored artist where everything would be taken care of, and they could just make art, and she won that award. So she was on a amazing path with her art and just life in general. And she actually ended up getting in a really abusive relationship with a man, which forced her to leave where she was living at the time in Europe and come to America. And there's where she met my father and had me. And my dad was, he had his own demons, we'll put it that way. And he ended up leaving. So now my mom was, uh, living in a new country with a new baby, me. And then the war started in Yugoslavia in the 90s, and her parents had to leave Yugoslavia as refugees. So now she's a single mother, with refugee parents and taking care of everyone. And she really had to put her own career to the side in order to, you know, provide for a family. And what she started doing was doing more commission based work, anything she could, commercial art, commercial art. So for decades and decades, I mean, that was over 30 years ago, she just made commercial art. And she provided for her family. She provided for me. I love my mom. She's the best mom on the planet. She provided for her parents. And, but she kind of lost her artistic soul, her creative soul, only doing commissions for people. And as I grew up, I became my own artist. I'm a musician, not, I don't do fine art, but we would start having these deep philosophical talks about art and creativity and soul and how to like find yourself in your own art. And I would always kind of just egg her on, like, you have to go back, Mom, you have to go back. You have this art inside you. And she'd always talk about how she had this art inside of her, but she just couldn't find it. She had this creative block that she couldn't get through. And after years and decades, finally we get to this point where, she says, you know what? I think we made it. I think I can make my own art. And that's how my mom's art came to be. We have her first piece that we have here on the website, and she's working on her whole series. And I'm just so excited to finally get her art out into the world and kind of get back to that place she was when she was a child, and she's about to be 70 now. And that's one of the things that she'd always feel like it's too late. And I feel like this whole thing just shows it's not too late. It's never too late. If you have that art inside you, you have something inside you that needs to be expressed, like, you can always get it out of you. So I'm just really excited to have you guys here on the journey, and really excited to see her get back into her creative flow, and follow her highest passion, her highest joy.